After a fantastic battle at round 1, the autoshop.co.uk MG3 Rally Challenge headed all the way south to Cadwell Park for round 2, the Alan Healy Memorial Rally. 8 MG3s lined up to tackle the 9 stages, headed up by round 1 winners Ryan Walker and Stuart McBride.
I can't wait. It's a new event for both me and Stuart, so we're just going to go out and see what we could do. Flat out from the get-go.
6 other crews returned from Knockhill, all ready to chase down the black car in front.
Hopefully start quick and then just build on it throughout the day. Hopefully get a good result again. Hopefully be happy if we get on the podium, but hopefully I win today.
Pretty much go fast, not much more to it. Have fun as well.
We're going to see if we can go after the young uns, and I've had a telling off of my youngest son Luke, and he's basically told me to get my foot down or he's going to kick me backside. So,
well, you know me, I hate tarmac. Yeah, but let's see what happens. At least we haven't travelled far this time.
Still yet to drive the car properly on tarmac, so it's still a bit of a learning day really, but we'll enjoy ourselves.
This looks good. It looks nice and fast. It's a wee bit more open as Knockhill, so maybe us all guys might have a wee bit of chance.
They're joined by Robbie Wood and Stephen Brown. Robbie making his first tarmac rally start.
I believe this is only your second ever event, but you've got a lot of experience with quad bike racing, so what's taking you to rallying?
Yeah, well, I mean, rallying's always been in the family with Dad, so no, just quite nice to do something different, so no, just looking forward to a bit of a change.
The opening half of the day saw the stage ran in an anti-clockwise direction. The weather absolutely glorious. And straight away we were resuming the battle from Knockhill. Thomas Milne and Neil Jeffrey and Ryan Walker and Stuart McBride tying on time after the first 3 stages. SS4 saw the first separation, Milne and Jeffrey grabbing 6 seconds, taking advantage of Walker and McBride catching another car. The fight back was on in SS5, Ryan and Stuart taking 4 seconds back to lie 2 seconds down on Thomas and Neil after 5 stages.
Up through the gate. And then open square left at the top. And hairpin left, and then square right.
Mark Constantine and Anthony Coates have started steadily, 4th fastest in the first 2 stages. But after a pep talk in service, they were speeding up, grabbing 3rd by just 3 seconds after 5. Lachlan Hunter and Richard Simmons were the handbrake kings in the morning, but it wasn't all for show. A brake problem meant that was how they were having to slow down. They were swapping times with Mark and Anthony in front, setting up a battle for the final podium place in the afternoon. Learning the tarmac game, it was a good start for Robbie Wood and Stephen Brown. The quad bike ace quickly adapting to circuit rallying and getting closer to the top pace with every stage. And also learning the tarmac game, Max Crowther and Phil Brama were bouncing back after their Knockhill retirement. Tweaking the setup as they went, they were swapping times with the blue car, 14 seconds back after 5 stages. It had been a less successful morning for Niall Cowan Sr. and Bob Wiggins, a broken drive shaft stopping them in their tracks in SS2. They got it sorted in service and carried on, although Niall was still struggling to love the tarmac. And if it was tough for Niall and Bob, it was really tough for Mick Smith and Paul Stringer. We'll let Mick explain.
I mean, hands up, it was my fault. What I've done is, we've come up the hill and I've gone for 4th on the split, and then he's called it, so I've knocked it, what I thought was knocking it into 3rd and keep power on, and I've hit 1st. I've gone across the gate somehow, you know. I've never done it before, but hey, hands up, it was my fault. Going really well up to there, I was enjoying it. Tyres are working. Fantastic. And the car, as you know, it makes me smile, so yeah, unfortunate.
It's been a good day. It's a tricky wee circuit in parts, but I'm enjoying it, so hopefully can continue that into the afternoon.
Yeah, it's been an interesting morning. For the first 4 stages we got held up on every stage, and the 5th stage there, finally we got a clean run and managed to get stage win. But since then it's been joint times and Thomas took some time out of us. So now I think we're 2 seconds back, so push on after the break and see what we can do.
Yeah, we thought we'd try and push a little bit harder and try and get up to the kids. They're still pushing, they're still 3 or 4 seconds in front of us on each stage, and fair play. I know obviously weight maybe comes into a little bit on the uphill bits, but even so we should go faster downhill, shouldn't we? But yeah, no, we're pushing as hard as we can, so hopefully I think we've just got into third there, which is brilliant. To get a podium will be absolutely spot on.
So pretty much first stage we got around the first loop and then put my foot to the floor going almost 100 mile an hour, just nothing. So we had to pretty much pull the handbrake and hope, and it's been constantly going on and off since then. Every time, first loop, no brakes. So handbrake's in good use. But
4 stages remained, the direction switched to clockwise. 𝗂𝗵𝗁 and Wiggins' afternoon was much smoother than their morning, wrapping the day up with 7th place and very excited to be on the gravel next time out. Another crew excited for the gravel, Crowther and Brahma avenged their Knockhill DNF with 6th at the finish, 26 seconds down on Wood and Brown. It was a nervy finish for them, Robbie almost doing exactly what Smith had done and buzzing the engine. Thankfully it held together and they grabbed a solid 5th. The battle for the final podium place was an absolute cracker. Hunter and Simmons had partially restored the brakes and were fighting tooth and nail with Constantine and Coates. 1 second apart with 1 stage remaining, Lachlan and Richard put in a huge effort, equal fastest to force a tie. The countback went in favour of the yellow car after another fantastic MG3 battle.
been an interesting one, very challenging, but managed to pull away from Mark at the end, but he gave us a fair challenge.
Yeah, delighted to have another podium. I mean, Lachlan did really well in adverse conditions. You know, we were no brakes, no brakes, cars coming left side, right side. Yeah, so it's a really good day with him. So, in the battle makes it exciting. You know, when you're tying 1 second and then join it. It's good.
For Walker and McBride, the pattern of catching cars continued, especially in stage 6, dropping 24 seconds. They were fastest on the final 2 stages, cementing themselves in a solid second.
Yeah, it's been a tricky day. We managed to get three stages that were clean, and apart from that we've been getting held up all day. But it's been an enjoyable day, and very well done to Thomas.
No, I think Ryan took the shouting out for both of us, so he did. So, as you said, an enjoyable day, but highly frustrating, so it was. But that's rallying.
But taking their first win and making it 1-1 with the black car in 2025, Milne and Jeffrey were ecstatic to bounce back after losing the Knockhill win on the final stage. A near perfect drive all day, netting them a popular win by a massive 21 seconds.
Yeah, really pleased. Been a long time coming, waiting for it, but today's the day. I'm really happy. Came into this one feeling pretty good, prepared pretty well, and just, paid off, so I'm happy.
Neil, you're always very complimentary about him, but today's been a really solid drive.
It has been a solid drive. It's come good. This is icing in the cake. He's deserved it for a long time now. If he hadn't been in a Micra and been something more powerful, you'd have seen it before, but we were in a Micra. But now it's come good in the right way. So yeah, stunning drive. Stunning drive.
So it's honours even between Walker and Milne after 2 rounds, but there are plenty of quick crews to watch. And up next, the challenge moves into the woods for the McDonald and Munro Speyside stages. 7 crews made the long trip north to Elgin, joining up with round 1 of the Scottish Rally Championship. Everyone excited for the switch to gravel, especially Walker and Hunter, making their first gravel starts. The first half of the day kicked off with the traditional 2 blasts to Cooper Park before heading into the woods. Equal fastest through the park, Milne and Jeffrey were 3rd quickest in the first gravel test. 2 fastest times in a row jumped them up the order, and they headed into service with a 7-second lead. 7th after the park, Wood and Brown really turned it on once they hit the gravel. Fastest in SS3 by 15 seconds and firing into a 5-second lead. Top 3 times on the other tests kept them in the mix, lying second at service, despite a worry about the car overheating.
Not even a comfort lift. And I bet you'll have him left foot braking.
With regular navigator Stewart unavailable, Ryan Walker had drafted in Craig Wallace for his first experience of gravel. Tied for the lead after the park, Ryan was loving the woods, setting 3 top 3 times out of 4 in the morning. That left him third, 3 seconds away from Wood and Brown. Bouncing their way through the park, Constantine and Coates quickly established themselves in 4th. They were gaining pace with every stage, grabbing fastest time through SS6, although Mark reckoned he was being too gentle on the car. 𝗔𝗂𝘁𝗫𝗀𝗏 Senior had Yvonne Walton in the hot seat for the Speyside. Niall was the only driver to run gravel tyres in the park and had started steadily. Staying trouble-free, they were shadowing Mark and Anthony in an early 5th place. The other driver making his first gravel start, it was a more difficult morning for Hunter and Simmons. 5th after the park, the gravel stages brought a return of the brake issues that had plagued their Cadwell run. They did what they could in service, but were unfortunately forced out with a double puncture and broken wheel. It was also tough for Max Crowther. Teaming up with Josh Carr for this round, they were swapping times with Constantine and Coates early on. Unfortunately, Max's difficult season continued, forced out with a broken drive shaft in SS5. Two stages were left to run, and as always, there was a sting in the tail.
Good. I don't know who she's looking at, but never mind. Car 56 going past there. Thomas Milne with Neil Jeffrey in the co-driver's
That sting hit the leaders, disappearing into this dust cloud. Milne and Jeffrey were caught out under braking and rolled out of the rally. Thankfully, they were both unhurt and will be back to fight again. That promoted Cowan Senior and Walton to a solid 4th. Niall very pleased to be back on his preferred surface for the rest of the season. Constantine and Coates hadn't even twigged that they were in 3rd until they reached the finish. An excellent run all day on the gravel, being well rewarded, ending up just 17 seconds away from 1st place.
We tried pushing from the word go, and we had a bit of a moment on the first stage, which I think someone got a picture of, so as they always do. But no, got onto gravel, and we weren't too bad. We thought we were going all right, but I think I've got too much mechanical sympathy for the car, because the rougher the stage, the slower we seemed to go, and the faster the younger lads went. So to get 3rd, we didn't know we got 3rd till we got here. So yeah, over the moon with that. So great.
And how was it on your side of the car?
Pretty good, yeah. He uses different notes to what Luke does, but I kind of got the hang of them pretty quickly. But yeah, it was good. Yeah, good event.
That just left the top 2, and once again it came down to a final stage shootout. Walker and Wallace flew through SS7, 4 seconds quicker than Wood and Brown, to hold a 1-second lead, with just 1 stage remaining. Both crews went for it on the final test, and it was the black car's gearbox that cried enough. Ryan and Craig losing 2nd gear early on and dropping 10 seconds to the flying Robbie and Stephen. That gave the blue car the win by 9 seconds after 2 cracking drives from 2 talented young chargers.
It was awesome. We took it nice and easy for the first few, and then got into a rhythm. On the last few stages, they're nice and long, so about halfway through you get into a nice rhythm, but then it's over before you're actually getting properly into it. But yeah, it's been a great day.
Different co-driver. How was Craig?
Oh, he was terrible. Never sitting back in the car again. Nah, I'm just joking. Craig, he's done an awesome job today, and we found out that a wine gum at the start of the stage is the way to go. We've done one stage without a wine gum, and it was the worst stage of the day. So, wine gums from now on.
And how was it on your side of the car, Craig?
It was great. First time I've sat in an MG, first time I've sat with Ryan. He's not missed a beat, the car's not missed a beat, so can't really ask for much more. Had to drive around problems in the last stage, but lost us a bit of time, but that's rallying.
Yeah, it was really good. We had some challenges throughout the day, but no, it started off with a good stage and then a good last stage as well, so no, we're really happy.
No issues at all, I take it?
No, well, we had a wee bit overheating in the car, but apart from that, we just tried to manage it the best we could and just get through, and so it all came together in the end.
And how was it on your side of the car?
Oh, fine. Quite an easy day for me, really. Just managing, again, it's managing the overheating because it was getting hot on the stage and just having to think about what we're going to be doing to get the car safely through. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, uneventful.
So it's a first win for Robbie Wood and Stephen Brown in Elgin, and another amazing battle at the front of the MG3 Challenge. Up next, the crews head south to Greystoke in July.